My girlfriend said I do not see you as a boyfriend anymore, just a roommate who pays bills. I replied, perfect. Then I treated her exactly like a roommate, split rent 50-50, bought separate groceries, and started dating. When she saw me leave for a date 2 weeks later, everything fell apart. I am 29 years old and I should have seen it coming. But you never do when you are in it, right? You make excuses. You tell yourself things will get better. You ignore the signs because acknowledging them means accepting something you do not want to be true. My girlfriend is 27. We had been together 3 years, living together for the last 18 months in this decent apartment in the city. 2 bedrooms, hardwood floors, good neighborhood. Things were good at first, or I thought they were. Maybe I was just seeing what I wanted to see. The shift happened slowly. So slowly I did not notice until I was standing in the wreckage wondering when everything changed. Date nights became we should save money, let's just stay in. Weekend trips turned into maybe next month when work calms down. Sex went from a few times a week to maybe twice a month if I was lucky. And even then it felt like she was doing me a favor, going through the motions. She started going out with her work friends constantly. Girls' nights that lasted until 2 in the morning. Work happy hours that somehow always excluded me even though I had met most of her coworkers. I would text asking when she would be home and get back late, do not wait up. I kept trying to make it work. Planned romantic dinners at that Italian place she loved. Bought her favorite wine, the expensive one she only ordered on special occasions. Suggested activities we used to do together. Hiking, museums, concert tickets for bands she mentioned. She would agree initially, sound enthusiastic, then cancel last minute. Work emergency came up. Friend is having a crisis. I am too tired. I have a headache. Always something. Meanwhile, I am bankrolling our entire life together. Rent was $2,100 a month. I paid $1,500. She paid $600. Her portion had started at $800 when she first moved in, but somehow it kept going down. Car broke down and she needed help. Hours got cut at work. Credit card bill was higher than expected. I never questioned it, just picked up the slack. Utilities, groceries, her car insurance after she had that accident and her rates went up. Internet, streaming services, all the random stuff that adds up. I was dropping close to $2,600 monthly on our shared life. She was contributing $600 and acting like it was a huge sacrifice. She worked part-time at some marketing startup downtown, made decent money from what I could tell, but always claimed to be broke. I figured she had student debt or credit card bills or something. Did not push because it felt rude to interrogate her about her finances. Then one night she dropped the bomb that changed everything. We were sitting on the couch. It was a Tuesday. I remember because I had just gotten home from a long day and was trying to decompress. I suggested we try that new Italian place that had opened downtown, the one with the good reviews. She did not even look up from her phone. Cannot afford it. I will pay, I offered, like I always did, like I had been doing for months. She put her phone down and gave me this look. Like I was a stray dog that would not stop following her around. Like I was pathetic. We need to be real about what this is, she said. Her voice was flat, detached. My stomach dropped. That tone, I knew that tone. Nothing good ever followed that tone. I have been thinking about us. About what we actually are to each other. And honestly, I do not see you as a boyfriend anymore. The silence that followed felt like it lasted hours. I could hear the refrigerator humming in the kitchen. Cars passing outside, my own heartbeat in my ears. You are more like a roommate who pays bills. We do not have that spark anymore. We are not romantic. We are just 2 people sharing space and splitting expenses. I just stared at her, processing, trying to understand what was happening. So you want to break up? I asked. My voice came out steady somehow. God no, why would we do that? This setup works perfectly. The apartment is nice. We get along fine. I just think we should stop pretending this is something it is not. We are roommates. Friends maybe, but not a couple anymore. Roommates, right? It takes all the pressure off. No more relationship expectations and drama and guilt trips about not spending enough time together. We just coexist peacefully. Something clicked in my brain then, this weird cold clarity. Like suddenly I could see the whole chessboard instead of just the pieces in front of me. Okay, I said. She blinked, surprised. Okay, yeah, roommates make sense. See, I knew you would be cool about this. You are always so understanding. This is why we work well together. Yup, super understanding roommate right here. She went back to her phone happy as hell, smiling to herself. Texting someone, I went to my laptop and spent the next 3 hours running numbers. Our rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, subscriptions, everything we split or that I paid for, made a spreadsheet, nice and clean, professional looking. Rent $2,100 total, $1,050 each, utilities average $100 monthly, $50 each. Internet $70, $35 each. Groceries roughly $600 monthly. $300 each, but we keep separate now. Car insurance each pays their own. Streaming services each pays for what they want separately. I emailed it to her at 11 that night. Subject line, roommate expense agreement. Attached the spreadsheet with everything itemized and color-coded. She did not check her email that night. Too busy texting whoever she was texting. Smiling at her screen in that way she used to smile at me. Next morning I was making coffee. My coffee that I bought with my money. She came into the kitchen around 8 looking rumpled. Her phone dinged with an email notification. She opened it while pouring cereal. I watched her face change as she read. Confusion first, then annoyance, then something close to panic. What the hell is this? Roommate expenses, split evenly down the middle, standard roommate arrangement. You are seriously going to make me pay half of everything? Well, yeah. Roommates split costs 50-50, that is how it works. That is the whole concept of having a roommate, but you make way more than me. Lots of roommates have income differences. They still split things equally. That is the entire point of having a roommate instead of living alone. Shared expenses. Her face was getting red. This is ridiculous. You know I cannot afford this. Then maybe we should look for a cheaper place. Or you could pick up more hours at work, go full-time instead of part-time. Those are standard roommate solutions. You are being a jerk, I am being a roommate. You are the one who wanted to redefine our relationship. I am just respecting your wishes and adjusting accordingly. She slammed her cereal bowl down on the counter hard enough that milk sloshed over the side. Then she stormed to her room and slammed that door too. I finished my coffee calmly, washed my cup, grabbed my keys and went to the grocery store. I bought only my groceries, my bread, my milk, my coffee, my eggs, came home and realized I needed somewhere to store it separately, ordered a mini fridge online, express shipping, set it up in my room that afternoon. My food went in there. Left the main fridge completely empty except for her half-gallon of almond milk and some condiments. When she got home that night around 7, she opened the fridge out of habit. Stood there staring at empty shelves for a solid 10 seconds. Where is all the food? My food is in my room. Roommates typically keep groceries separate unless there is a specific sharing agreement in place. We do not have one. This is insane. This is roommates. She tried changing tactics then, softened her voice, stepped closer, touched my arm with her hand. Baby, come on, do not be like this. I stepped back. Do not call me baby. We are not dating. You made that extremely clear last night. I did not mean everything had to change like this. But it did change. You changed it. I am just respecting your decision and responding appropriately. Over the next week, she tried everything in her playbook to get me to go back to the old arrangement. Tears that I ignored, anger that I deflected, guilt trips that I did not engage with, bargaining that I shut down immediately. I held completely firm. Then she noticed her car insurance had lapsed. The notification probably came to her email. She stormed into the living room where I was watching a game. What happened to my car insurance? I stopped paying it. Roommates do not pay each other's car insurance. That would be weird. How am I supposed to get to work? Bus, Uber, bike. Those are all standard roommate transportation solutions when you cannot afford a car. She had to pay for her own insurance finally. Combined with the new rent split and her half of utilities, she was suddenly actually broke for real. Started eating ramen noodles for dinner, top ramen, the cheap kind. Complained constantly about having no money. I would make myself a nice dinner and eat it while she glared at her sodium packet. Not my problem, I would say. We are roommates, remember, but here is where it got interesting. Where I started to really understand what being single meant. I downloaded a dating app, made a profile, put up some good photos, wrote a decent bio, matched with someone within 2 days, we clicked immediately. Similar sense of humor. She had her life together, worked in finance, owned her own condo. We set up a coffee date for that Saturday. The night before the date, I was in my room getting ready. Nice jeans, button-down shirt, cologne, the good stuff. She knocked on my door. Why are you all dressed up, going out? Where? I have a date. Her face did this incredible thing. Like her brain was short-circuiting trying to process information that did not compute. Date. What do you mean you have a date? Meeting someone, coffee first, maybe dinner if it goes well. A date with who? Someone I matched with on a dating app. You are on dating apps. Her voice went up an octave. Yeah, single people use dating apps. It is pretty normal. You are not single. We live together as roommates. You were very clear about that. And roommates can date whoever they want. That is kind of the whole point of not being in a relationship. That is not what I meant. Then what did you mean exactly? She just stood there, mouth opening and closing, no words coming out. I have to go, do not wait up, roommate. The date was honestly great. We talked for 3 hours straight. She was funny and smart and had opinions about things. Worked hard at her job, had hobbies, a life. We made plans for a second date the following weekend. I got home around midnight feeling better than I had in months. My roommate was sitting on the couch in the dark, just sitting there, waiting. We need to talk. It is midnight. I have work tomorrow. You cannot date other people. I am single. Single people date. That is what single means. You live with me. Yeah, as roommates, roommates date other people. That is completely normal behavior. This is so messed up. This is what you wanted, a roommate arrangement, nothing more, nothing less. I went to my room and locked the door behind me, heard her crying out there, did not care. Update 1. After that first date, things went sideways fast. My roommate started acting out in ways that were honestly pathetic. She would leave her stuff everywhere. Clothes draped over the couch. Dishes piled in the sink for days. Hair all over the bathroom sink and shower. When I would move her stuff to clean common areas, she would explode. Stop touching my things, they are in common areas. Roommates have a responsibility to keep shared spaces clean. Oh my God, stop saying roommates like that. Like what? It is what we are. She also started having her friends over constantly. Loud conversations that went late into the night. Drinking wine and laughing, taking over the entire living room like I did not live there. One night they were still going strong at midnight on a Tuesday. I had an early meeting the next morning. Can you guys keep it down, please? Some of us have work tomorrow. Her friend, the one who always gave me dirty looks, laughed. You are really going to tell her what to do in her own place, our place, that we both pay for equally now? And I am asking for basic roommate courtesy, which is keeping noise down on weeknights. You are such an ass, my roommate said. This is exactly why we do not work as a couple. We do not work as a couple because you said we are roommates, and roommates do not get to throw loud parties on Tuesday nights without checking with their roommate first. It is not even that loud. It was midnight on a Tuesday and they had music playing. I pulled out my phone. What are you doing? Emailing our landlord about the noise complaint, documenting a pattern of lease violations. You would not dare. I started typing the email right there. Her friend suddenly got very quiet. You are actually going to get us in trouble, she asked. I am documenting a pattern of lease violations. That is what you do when you have a problem roommate who will not respect shared space. Her friends left pretty quickly after that, grabbed their purses and jackets and got out. She screamed at me for an hour after they left about what a controlling asshole I was, how I had changed, how I used to be fun. I went to bed and closed my door. A few days later she changed tactics completely, started being super nice. Made dinner and offered me some. Suggested we watch our old favorite show together. Wore that blue dress she knew I used to like. What are you doing? I asked her, just being friendly. Roommates can be friendly, right? Roommates also do not try to manipulate each other with false intimacy. I am not manipulating, I just miss when we had fun together. You said we had no spark, that I was just someone who paid bills. Those were your exact words. I was confused when I said that. I did not mean it. Which part did you not mean? All of it. I miss having a boyfriend. I miss us. You do not have a boyfriend. You have a roommate. Your choice. I made a mistake. Cool, live with it. Her face crumpled, but I walked away. Not my problem to fix anymore. My second date with the new girl went even better than the first. Dinner at this amazing sushi place she recommended. When the check came, she grabbed it before I could, insisted on splitting it exactly down the middle. I pay my own way, she said. It is important to me. Wild concept. Someone who actually wanted to contribute equally. When I got home that night, my roommate was waiting in the living room with her mother. Oh hell, we need to talk, her mom said in that classic mom lecture voice. About what exactly? About how you are treating my daughter. I am treating her like a roommate, which is exactly what she asked me to do. Do not be smart with me. You are punishing her for being honest about her feelings. No, I am respecting her honesty. She said we are not a couple, so we are not. Simple as that. She did not mean you should start seeing other women. What did she mean then? Her mom looked at my roommate. My roommate was staring at the floor. She needed some space, some breathing room, not for you to completely change everything. She said exact words. I do not see you as a boyfriend anymore. You are more like a roommate who pays bills. How else am I supposed to interpret that? You are being deliberately difficult. I am being clear about boundaries. She set them. I am respecting them. That is all. By dating other people while living with her. Yes, single people date. She made me single. Her mom's face got all pinched and tight. You need to stop this nonsense and work on your relationship. There is no relationship. We are roommates. She said so herself. Stop saying that word. Why? It is accurate. It is what she wanted. This argument went on for another 30 minutes. Threats about how I was going to regret this. Guilt trips about how much her daughter had done for me. Manipulation attempts that I saw coming from a mile away. I stayed completely calm and factual throughout. Roommates, she wanted it. I gave it to her. Now she has to live with it. Finally, they left. Her mom called me heartless on the way out the door, said I had no empathy. Whatever. After her mom left, my roommate tried again, softer this time, more vulnerable. Can we really talk, please, just you and me? About what? About fixing us, about trying again? There is no us to fix. There are two people sharing an apartment. That is it. How can you be so cold about this? I am not cold. I am a roommate. Roommates do not get emotionally invested in each other's lives. They coexist, pay bills, keep things civil. She started crying, real tears this time, not the fake manipulative ones from before. I did not want this to happen. You literally asked for exactly this to happen. I did not want you to hate me. I do not hate you. Hate requires caring. I am neutral. Like I would be about any random roommate I found on Craigslist. Please just give us another chance. We can make it work. There is no us to give a chance to. You ended us. I am just living in the aftermath. She cried harder. I went to my room, felt a tiny bit bad for maybe 30 seconds. Then I remembered her telling her friends last month that I was so easy because I never made waves. How she had rolled her eyes when I suggested date nights. How she never ever canceled on her work friends but always canceled on me. The bad feeling went away pretty quick. Update 2. Things escalated dramatically after her mom's intervention failed. My roommate went from sad and manipulative to outright vindictive. She started doing petty things. Accidentally unplugging my phone charger at night so my alarm would not go off. Forgetting to tell me when packages arrived for me. Using all the hot water before I could shower in the morning. Just stupid nonsense designed to make my life annoying. I documented everything, time, date, what happened, built a file on my computer, screenshots, photos, notes, everything organized. Then she made a huge mistake. She went to our landlord behind my back. I got an email asking me to come by the building office. The property manager looked uncomfortable when I walked in. Your roommate came by yesterday, said there are some issues in the apartment. What kind of issues? She claims you are harassing her, making her uncomfortable. Bringing random women over at all hours. One woman, one time, we watched a movie for exactly 2 hours. Is that against our lease? No, of course not. And did she mention that we are just roommates now, that we split rent exactly equally, that we are not in a relationship anymore? The manager shuffled some papers on his desk. She said you two were together, living as a couple, were past tense. She ended the relationship, told me I was just a roommate who paid bills, so I started acting like a roommate. Now she is upset about it. That is complicated. Not really. We are both on the lease. We both pay rent on time every month. Are there any actual lease violations? No. Then what exactly is the problem here? He sighed. She seemed really upset, said you are making her feel unsafe in her own home. Unsafe how exactly? Have I threatened her? Have I yelled at her? Have I touched her inappropriately? She did not specify those details because none of those things happened. I have been completely civil. If she feels unsafe because I am dating someone new, that is her personal issue to work through. He agreed to drop it but told me to please try to keep the peace. When I got home, she was waiting by the door. You talked to the landlord, yup, and I am not violating anything. But you filing false complaints could actually get you in trouble. Might want to think about that. I was not lying. You said I am harassing you. I am not. I am just existing in the same space we both pay for. You are flaunting your new relationship. I am living my life. There is a difference. I hate you. The simplicity of it seemed to break something in her. She grabbed a framed picture off the shelf. One of those generic inspirational quote frames, threw it at the wall as hard as she could. Glass shattered everywhere. Feel better now? I asked. Screw you. She slammed into her room. I took pictures of the damage with my phone. Glass all over the floor, dent in the wall. Sent them to the landlord immediately. Property damage. Actual lease violation, unlike her made-up harassment claims. She got a written warning delivered the next day. This set her off completely. Her friends started showing up to confront me, cornering me in the apartment hallways, lecturing me about what a terrible person I was being. You are destroying her, one of them said. She destroyed our relationship. I am just living with the aftermath. You could fix this if you wanted to. Fix what? She does not want to be my girlfriend. She made that crystal clear. She made a mistake. People make mistakes, and people deal with the consequences of their mistakes. That is how the world works. They could not wrap their heads around it. Kept trying to convince me I was being unreasonable and cruel. I stayed completely factual. She said roommates. I agreed. End of story. But then I found out the real story behind everything. My new girlfriend, yeah, we were official by that point, worked in the same industry as my roommate. Small world. She mentioned this guy who worked at a startup downtown, described him. I knew exactly who she was talking about. My roommate's work friend that she had been spending all that time with. Oh, him, my girlfriend said, total player, goes through girls constantly. Everyone knows it. Interesting. I did some digging. Found his social media, public profile. And there was my roommate in multiple photos going back months, at bars, at parties, at work events, always with him, tagged in group shots, captions like work crew and good times and celebrating another win. But the body language was completely obvious to anyone paying attention. The way she leaned into him, the way he had his arm around her shoulders, the way they looked at each other. She had been lining up her next relationship. The whole roommate speech was designed to give her freedom to pursue him while keeping me around as the safety net, financial support, emotional backup. The stable guy who paid most of the bills while she test drove someone more exciting, except he did not want a relationship with her. Just casual. She had gambled that she could juggle both of us and she lost hard. The karma was absolutely beautiful. I did not confront her about any of it, just kept living my life normally. My girlfriend came over more often, started staying the night sometimes. My roommate would glare daggers at us. My girlfriend would just wave cheerfully. Hi, you must be the roommate. Nice to finally meet you. My roommate looked absolutely murderous. One Saturday morning, my girlfriend stayed over. We fell asleep watching something and crashed in my room, made breakfast together the next morning, pancakes with fresh fruit. We were laughing in the kitchen when my roommate came out. She saw us together, saw my girlfriend wearing my t-shirt, saw us comfortable and happy. She went completely pale. Are you serious right now? Morning, I said casually. Want some pancakes? We made extra. You are sleeping with her here in our apartment. I am in a relationship. This is my home. I can have my girlfriend stay over. I cannot believe you are doing this to me. My girlfriend just smiled sweetly. These pancakes are really amazing. You should definitely try them before they get cold. My roommate grabbed her bag and left, slammed the front door so hard that a picture fell off the wall in the hallway. She seems fun, my girlfriend said after she was gone. She is adjusting very poorly to consequences. That is not how normal breakups work. Someone should probably tell her that. I found out later that she spent that entire morning crying to her friends. They posted vague things on social media about toxic men and manipulation and gaslighting. Did not name me specifically, but it was pretty obvious who they meant. I ignored all of it, just kept living my life. The final month of our lease was coming up fast. I had been apartment hunting quietly for weeks. Found a perfect one-bedroom place, great neighborhood, walking distance to work, in my budget easily without having to subsidize someone else. Signed the lease, did not tell her anything about it. She started talking about renewing our current lease like it was completely automatic, like of course we would stay. We should tell the landlord we are renewing, she said one evening. The deadline is coming up soon. You should definitely do that if you want to stay. We should tell them I am not renewing. I am moving out. She froze completely. What? I am moving out. Got my own place. Signed the lease last week. You cannot just leave. The lease is ending. I am choosing not to renew. That is how leases work. What am I supposed to do? Find a roommate. Get a cheaper place you can afford alone, move back home. Those are all standard options. I cannot afford this place by myself. Probably should not have pushed away the person who was helping you afford it then. This is crazy. You are leaving me homeless. You are not going to be homeless. You are going to figure out your housing situation like an adult. She tried everything over those last few weeks. Crying that did not move me. Yelling that I ignored. Begging that fell on deaf ears. She even tried seduction again, which was honestly pathetic to watch. Put on that blue dress, did her hair and makeup. We could make this work, she said. If you stay, we could really try this time. For real, no, why not? Just tell me why not. Because you do not actually want me. You want my money. You want convenience and stability. But you do not want me as a person. That is not true. It absolutely is true. You wanted to keep your options open. Explore things with that guy from work. Have your safety net here at home paying bills, but it backfired on you. He did not want you the way you wanted him. Now you are stuck with nothing. I do not know what you are talking about. Yeah, you do. I saw the photos. I know about him. She could not look at me, just stared at the floor. The last few weeks were incredibly tense. She tried getting her dad involved. He called me yelling, "You are abandoning my daughter. The lease ends next month. I am moving to my own place." That is not abandonment. That is how leases work. She cannot afford it alone. Then she should find a roommate or move somewhere cheaper. Those are her options. After everything she has done for you, like what exactly? What has she done? Please tell me. Silence on the other end. I paid most of our expenses, did most of the housework, planned everything. What exactly did she contribute besides existing in the space? More silence. That is what I thought. I hung up. She gets to live with the consequences of her choices now. Moving day finally arrived. Movers came early, packed up everything. My furniture, my kitchen stuff, my electronics, my books, everything. Turns out most of the furniture was actually mine. The couch, the TV stand, the dining table, the coffee table, all mine. My roommate watched from her bedroom doorway as they carried everything out. The apartment looked so empty without my things. Bare walls, empty living room, just her stuff in her room and nothing else. You are really doing this. Yup, you are completely ruining my life. Nope, you ruined your own life. I am just not fixing it for you anymore. I will never forgive you for this. I do not need your forgiveness for anything. I do not need anything from you. The movers finished loading the truck. I did a final walkthrough, took pictures for the security deposit. She was sitting on the floor crying. The apartment echoed, "Please do not go. Please, I am sorry. I will do anything." By roommate, I walked out, got in my car, drove to my new place. My girlfriend met me there to help unpack. We ordered Thai food, christened the new apartment properly. It was honestly a great day. I found out later what happened to her. She could not afford the apartment alone, obviously, tried to find a roommate but could not find anyone in time, broke the lease, lost her entire security deposit, had to move back in with her parents at 27 years old, had to sell her car because without me covering insurance she could not make the payments. The work guy ghosted her completely once she was broke and living at home with her parents. Not exciting anymore, I guess. Her friends slowly stopped responding to her messages. Turns out constant complaining about your ex gets old fast, especially when people start to realize you caused the whole situation yourself. Last I heard through mutual friends, she is working retail full-time now, living in her childhood bedroom. Makes just enough money to cover her bills and student loans. No social life, no dating, just consequences. Me though, my girlfriend moved in after a few months. We split absolutely everything 50-50, both contribute equally to rent and bills and groceries. We actually communicate about things, respect each other, make decisions together, act like actual partners. It is honestly wild how well relationships work when both people actually try. I do not feel bad about any of it. She made a calculated choice to demote me to roommate status while she explored other options. She gambled that I would stick around as her safety net no matter what. She lost that gamble badly. If you tell someone they are just a roommate who pays bills, do not be shocked when they treat you exactly like a roommate. And definitely do not be shocked when that roommate eventually moves out. I sleep great in my new apartment, in my bed, next to someone who actually wants to be with me, someone who contributes, someone who sees me as a partner. Best decision I ever made was taking her at her exact word. Turns out the best revenge is not revenge at all. It is just letting people live with their own choices.